Hello everybody, and we are back with round 2. Yeah, we're on our first map of Open Palms of the day. What the? Oh, my headphones just restarted. Yeah, we're on Open Palms for the first match on Open Palms for today. And, yeah, just letting the players here start up their build queues, and I will begin to introduce them. Spawning in on the bottom left side of Open Palms, we have Obelus as the olive green UEF commander, going for a single air factory and pumping out a Eagle Eye to go scout his opponent. On the other side of Open Palms, we have Sheerakat 006 going for Cybern as orange. Looks like we're just going for... that's unique. A land and then an air factory. Gonna be a little late on the air, especially against a UEF. But yeah. We are expanding for both players here. Like to see that. Oh. He's back. Yeah. I'm back. Going for a second land factory here for Shira. I also got to give a big thank you to Obelus here. He's been helping. I do believe he's been helping a few people with the tournament and the voice chat for the entire time it's been going on so far. So yeah, big thank you to him for that. Good friend of mine. I know he is starting a YouTube channel. I do think he has posted a video, but if he does go ahead and do that, do make sure you go give him a subscription. He does definitely deserve it for all the help he does. He's also helping me record a tutorial at the moment for it's a little spoiler for that will be coming out sometime. Shira is scouting over here, but the Gemini does get shot down. Poor thing lands directly in the middle of the map. 2 land coming out here for Obelus at the same time, covering his expansion and this forward master tractor. Now throwing down a radar. Both players do have a radar. Looks like we've stalled mass, I think, here. Okay, yeah, I was going to say we might have stopped air production, but I don't think so. Just stalled mass a bit. I don't... Maybe I could try and find it, but, I do kind of want to, focus on this in the moment. I'm having to look at the Discord and cast this. We have adapters coming out here for Shira, not a bad choice. Gonna help, her in winning the air game here. As long as she does fight over them, she's getting baited out of them. And yeah, outnumbered here and away from the adapters. We're gonna drag Obelus's planes over the adapters though, which is good. We only have 2 there, so they're not gonna do it too much. Besides just tickle these wasps. And we should see a full transition into Eagle Eyes here from Obelus in response. But yeah, Flatjack, I will get a, I think I'll get a link for his channel between games. And we are stopping air production. That is a good move, as we did lose air. Would like to see these engineers continue expanding, as they're just sitting there idly at the moment. Where is Obelus's air? Did it just... Okay, it's over here, hiding. That olive green pretty much blending into Open Palms here. We are expanding with the commander, but I would like to also see expansions with the engineers. We do have the mass for it, that is for sure. You see down here below. Having around 100 to 200 mass. Definitely has the mass to keep expanding. Even has the mass now to throw down another factory. Looks like we are scouting here with this, looks like this last plane that popped out of the air factory before it was stopped. Obelus's air is in response. Oh, I'm so confused. Big line of energy coming up here for Obelus in the back. That is definitely a J-Wix thing right there. I know I've seen that before. Most of the time that I've played Obelus, I haven't actually seen that, so. Engagement here. Obelus's force is pretty split up, but they do outnumber Sheera's, especially with the adapters there. We are dodging the shots pretty nicely, though. And yeah, I think we've just fallen behind on the expansion here, and the units are just... The units are falling behind as well. I need to keep reinforcing the main army, especially that push, and the bombers are coming out. Gonna try and get something done. The adapter's coming over here to cover this. That is nice. All the air coming covered it with the covered the NG with the adapters, but is it gonna get under the shield? Oh, move it out of the napalm. There we go. Okay. Engineer survives. If you didn't know, UEF bombers do damage over time. If you see that like little napalm that lands on the ground, so that's why that engineer did just survive. And we are bombing the wrong thing, but the NG does go down now. More adapters coming over here. Looks like we're going to try and hide some air in back. Do like that, but it's not going to work if Obelus does see it. Because that'll be rough. The air factory just now coming up here. We're floating over 1,000 mass. There's definitely more we could do here. And you want to have around double the energy. Not trying to be rude if you watch this back, just trying to give some pointers, that's all. Shield and AA coming up on the air fac. I would have liked to see it like in this area though, as it would have covered all the mexes. Does look like we have fat boys here coming out for Obelus. We should just be pushing in already. I think this game could be pretty much close to over if we just pushed in. To be honest. I do feel like it could. Sorry, needed a quick drink of water. Yeah, Obelus's air have been thrashed, though. We're down to 4 bombers and 2 fighters. Still continue air production, though. Yeah, this army is just doing nothing. I feel like we could be putting some pressure on this Cybran base here, but we're just not. I don't know... We don't... Oh, we're stalling energy. That's why we're pausing them. Need to see a line of energy just thrown down at this point. It's late enough in the game where that could be viable. Some research could be needed here as well too. Around 7 to 10 minutes. You want to have some? I don't think Obelus has built any research either. No, he has. He has 1 station. That's it though. Both players floating mass. Although gantries are coming out here for Obelus, so yeah, the mass is not being floated anymore. It's being spent into those gantries. You need to see something like that come out for Sheera here. Please. We don't need to wait until the fat boys come out. It looks like we are, though. We'll watch as this fat boy slowly creeps towards the enemy base. Is all alone though, pretty unsupported. And we're not moving our army. Obelus, I have to ask, are you sleeping? What is going on? The adapters are going to be nice here. We're just throwing down a bunch of land factories. Huh. I think she's psychic. We are throwing down research here now, too. Obelus throwing down more research here as well, as the Fat Boy starts to barrage the enemy base. There's nothing over here to really stop this. We are throwing down energy now, finally. Looks like we're gonna push the eastern side. The air is trying to find something that it can do. Pulling everything back because of the air, I don't think is necessary. We should be pushing this left side. It is pretty weak. Cybran, as a Cybran, if you get structured Edo, you can hold the UEF off for quite a long time. I mean, UEF can also do the same with Next guns, but we don't have it yet. We don't have the research for it either. But of course, Sheera doesn't know that. Now Fat Boys are just being pumped out here like cars on a conveyor line. Jeez. Why are we not pushing up here? Come on. You definitely have the forces to. Can't wait to see Loku's games with Ecofear. Yeah, he was already Loku maxing earlier today, so that's great. Ooh, the adapter's over here doing some damage, jeez. I don't think this AA is even necessary. The adapters are just... Yeah, double the army is not pushing, I do have to agree. I don't understand why not. He does have radar. I think he just wants to make the game longer than it has to be. I don't know what he's scared of. Jesus, another line of energy coming out. Holy shit. We have 5 Fat Boys out. Are we finally pushing now? Yeah, Sheera is now not floating mass anymore, which is good. And also has the energy now to support these factories, so that is good. She has remedied the economy. That is good. But now has a really big new problem as 5 Fat Boys are now, yeah, closing in on her base. We need jump jets or something to counter this. Does have quite a big army here because the amount of factories. But we are going to need jump jets. Or megas. And I don't think we're going megas. Because of the amount of small land. And the, yeah, Sheera also should have expanded here as well. Especially with Obelus's lack of aggression. There was plenty of time to expand. There are the jump jets. Would have liked to see it closer to the Fat Boys, though. But, Jesus. We lose a lot to the Demolisher fire. Yeah, you want to jump jet over to where you see the Fat Boy fire coming from, and you want to target them down. Jumping in front of a bunch of tanks like that just within range is going to get you shredded like that, as seen there. A lot of adapters here, too. Jesus. There's almost enough adapters just to stop this Fat Boy fire. Although they do buckle. Looks like 5 Fat Boys is enough. And yeah, the base looks like it's going to start going down to siege. We've already lost 2 factories. Yeah, I do like to see that neither player is floating mass. That is good. But yeah, look at the eco advantage here. 50 mass per second to 23 from Obelus to Sheera. Mainly just because of these extra 2 expansions for Obelus. It does look like he's going to try and expand on his opponent's expansions as well. Going to further that mass lead, although we already are winning this game in the lead here. We do have the initiative. I don't know why are we pushing back? Okay. Yeah, this really comes down to just Obelus having better eco, and now AA comes out on the land units, so like completely destroying that that Cybern army as it jumps jets in. That is a great counter to that. Yeah, look at that. As they just fall onto the UEF death blob here. And I don't know if there's a way to come back from this. I think we are sitting out of range of the factories for a structure deto. To Obelus throwing out the GGs. And Sheera walking into the army. Accepted her fate. And yeah, GG's. First point goes to Obelus. And yeah, be sure to stick around, and I will be back for the next game. Alright, we're back for round 2 of this, well, round 2 of the first game in round 2. Yeah, Obelus up 1 currently. I would update. Yeah, I would update the bracket. Just it's me and Nixon ran into some trouble before the tournament, so ideally he would be updating the bracket and sending it to me, but I had to make a new one because the website we were planning on using changed some of their shit. So yeah, that went all sideways. But yeah, I think our players have had enough time to get their build orders going, and spawning in on the southwest side of Venus Forge, we have Sheerakat as the orange Cybern ACU going for a double air opener. I have seen this before on Venus Forge, but that is definitely unique. She is playing random here, but does seem to roll Cybern twice in a row. We are going for a forward radar here as well. Alright, and her opponent spawning in as the olive green UEF commander, going for a single air opener as he is being scouted overhead. And it did just scout his opponent, but her Gemini do come out in time, I think, to shoot the scout down. Yeah, that scout's dead. Yeah, so is Sheera's. No! Does manage to get away. You know, now Sheera needs to take a... No, we do stop the plane, though. We might lose it before these other two catch up. I think we are. I was going to say Sheera does, I think, need to take advantage of this, like a capital on this early air advantage. Looks like she's trying, though. Two of Obelus's, or that Obelus's plane does go down. He loses 2. 2 to 1. Drop a bomb on the commander. This reminded me of, oh, this is gnarly. I like this, though. Sheera wants none of it, though, and is going to push up with the commander here to try and thwart this. Oh, we bring up the engineer to try and throw up a PD, though. We are going to try and target that down. I do think that is the right choice. It does go down. We do need to take out this factory as soon as possible. Going to bring in the other airplanes. The shield does come up. We are going to walk into the factory. We're hitting the factory, not the PD. And yeah, that PD comes up, and Sheera is forced out of this position. So Obelus does manage to hold. And with a forward factory like that, this is going to be pretty rough for Sheera to go against, especially as a Cybern. Is going to try and throw down some land factories. Obelus still producing air here, so yeah, it looks like Sheera is coming out with the air to expand. I would like to see the air kept in one group, as one group can be picked off quite easily, especially against a UEF player. Yeah, it looks like we're going to try and go kill the aircraft here. Obelus has stopped his air production, it does seem, and the TML is now going to start doing work on Sheera's base here, although it is targeting the commander. And there is an air fight over here. Looks like Sheera is going to come out on top of this. So going to win an air advantage early game. We'll see what she can do. Has to capitalize on that, though, as Obelus is right in front of her base. Obelus going into P-shields. I do like that to counter the enemy fighter bombers. That radar does go down to the TML. I would have liked to see in the ACU is just kept walking within range of the TML to keep the TML targeting the ACU. But it does look like that TML cannot reach this mass extractor as it is not firing on it. Yeah, but the radar does go down. And we are bombing mass extractors now. That is nice. This engineer... Yeah, this engineer should be picked off before it builds that AA. If it's going out there alone like that. Yeah. More land coming up here for Shira. We do need a new more energy though. Ideally want to have around 1 energy per factory in the early game. And idle engies again as well. Yes, good. Targeting the engineer before that AA comes up. That is what you want. Get rid of the build power first, and then start targeting the eco. That is good. Lots of land factories coming up in here in middle for Obelus. And the air is going to start doing work here in the back. The Obelus looked like he's trying to vie for an advantage here. Shira now throwing down energy, but the incoming forces force her to push up with her ACU to counter this. Obelus not pushing up with the ACU might lose this engagement. Looks like we're going to try and go for a bombing run, but we stop it. Drop 1 bomb on that. Wow, kill that rocket because it was so low, but this, yeah, that Gemini might go down. Yeah, that Gemini goes down. We could bring the air back to kill this last mass extractor. There is a bunch over here that are pretty exposed. And honestly, against an air player like this, with how much of an air advantage you have, you need to expand. That is the one thing you need to do. You have an air advantage, you got to use it. You could expand over here to the right side. You could expand over here to the left side. You could just out-eco the opponent like crazy. And now, since of the little energy crisis we are having, we are now floating mass again. You gotta make sure you keep up your eco on with energy and mass. Continue expanding. You don't want this idle energy right here. This idle energy could be over here getting you more mass. Although I don't think I would want to expand this way, since of where his little base is. I'd probably expand to the northwest, just to be safe, as he does have a land advantage. But yeah, we did have a beautiful air advantage, but I do see that now. Yeah, he didn't have radar. He does see it now. Where is his radar? Oh, he just... No, he didn't... Yeah, he doesn't have radar. He just saw it with his land forces. That's pretty funny. A little bit of a mistake there. Do need intel to actually use the T... Obelus, you watching the stream, man? Hmm? He does throw down a radar there. Just as I'm talking about it. Let's see this bombed, although there are P-shields there, so it might be pretty rough. Flying into the AA. Not quite what you want. Dude, I do like to see that factory be reclaimed. That is nice. The bombing runs coming out on these Obelus's land forces. Yeah, I don't see an intel add-on on the factories. Yeah. He must have saw it when he pushed up. AA is up now over here, so we are not going to be able to kill off this. I mean, we probably could, but... might lose a few. We are rebuilding these mass extractors now, which is nice. I like to see that. Yeah, we got it. Wow, okay, we are now expanding to this northwest side. That is nice, but I think it is a little late. You have a lot of pressure on your base now, and... the eco advantage would have been a lot more useful early on. But yeah, the P-shields are a good counter here to Shira's air advantage. But would like to see another bombing run as the P-shields are down. We could have done some damage there. But they pull out right before actually dropping their bombs. Big line of land coming out. We have fixed the energy crisis, so the mass is now spendable. They were pumping it into a lot of land. This could have been done a lot earlier, and we probably already have an advantage on Obelus now. Because the eco is quite equal. He's just had factories producing for a lot longer. And yeah, these MMLs in this mix are doing work to the Cybern base here. Bombers Bombers might get something done, but they only take out one MML, I think. Yes, one MML. Yeah, completely equalizing the, actually getting ahead on the production of Obelus now that we actually were able to spend the mass. If that was done a lot earlier, this game would be a lot more equal at the moment. Yeah, both players deciding to expand now. Obelus now expanding to the south, the southeastern side, with some AA slowly. Looks like we're going for another bombing run. We're gonna need 2 to get past the P shields. And we don't drop the bombs. Odd. Just don't think we had an attack command put out. I would like to see these rally points just set up here instead of being back here. But yeah, constant pressure on Sheera's base. Losing core mexes. Yep, there goes the first core mex. And yeah, Obelus is now just keeping Sheera's air focused on his army in middle, and is now using that time to expand to the left and the bottom right. So Sheera could have had an eco advantage a lot earlier, but now Obelus is able to equalize it, as she didn't expand early game. It's especially important when you have an air advantage like this, and it's the thing that can give you an edge. Look at all the missiles raining down on this base. Oh, that poor plane got baited. I have been pinged. Adapter's coming out now. That is a good move. To counter the MMLs, but I think it might be a little late. Throwing out a lot of research back here, and more land. Like to see it. And yeah, pretty big fight happening here in middle. Yeah, thank you, Ixon, for actually answering all that. That helps, so I can focus on casting. Land coming up here on the left side and on the right side. Oh. That means these paths are now open to land forces coming through them, and this is where Sheera's commander is. She's building a bunch of research and is expanded on the left side. Yeah, look how much the land army has caught up here. It's your job. Yeah, after now throwing down all these land factories, if we could have spent the mass on these earlier, we would have been in a much better position here. A tragedy. She's not doing bad though, she's keeping him at bay for 16 minutes. She definitely could have won this game if she played the cards right. She had air early game, had a chance to just expand everywhere. And, but yeah. Yeah, slow deaths kind of suck for tournaments. Big fight here in middle, though. Lots of Brackman, like to see that. Oh, AA comes up on the UEF air. Oh, the air goes down a single MML over here. Good to see the commander over here. It's pretty odd. She's gonna come over here and just kill these MMLs with her commander. That's pretty funny. Bringing the air over here. Yeah, Obelus does see that now. Probably like, what? Nixon, how are the games going at the moment? Well, it's normal speed. I hosted. All the games I cast, I host. The Brackman fire might do some work here. Obelus not moving his army. Oh, it does a good bit, but I don't think it does enough. Yeah. Yeah, Obelus not moving his army there. Do have some... Oh, he got Gauss cannon. Yeah, pushing into this now with... Yeah, it's going to be a death wish. We just need to push up and win this game for Obelus. Don't need to wait. We don't even need to wait for the fat boy. Just leave him behind. I think he is now actually going to try and do that. Yeah, and I think that's the writing on the wall for Sheera. Definitely had an opportunity to win this game, but Obelus does manage to pull it out in the end. And yeah, the entire base for Sheera goes down. And yep, GG's. And our orange Cybern ACU goes down. Yeah, Obelus wins his first game of the tournament, 2-0. Be sure to stay tuned in for the next one, and I will be back.